Capsim Capstone 2025-2026 Round 1 Strategy Guide, R&D and Marketing. Hello and welcome to this video guide for Capsim Capstone 2025 and 2026. In this session, I will walk you through the Round 1 decision-making process, focusing specifically on research and development, R&D, and marketing, two of the most critical areas that set the tone for success across all 8 rounds. This guide is based on winning strategies used by high-performing teams who consistently score above 999. Let's begin with R&D, where one mistake can cost you several rounds to recover, so let's get it right from the start. Part 1, Research and Development, R&D, the foundation of success. R&D winking and laughing is the backbone of your product strategy in Capsim. It affects the performance, size, age, and launch date of your products, which are directly tied to customer buying decisions. Poor R&D winking and laughing choices in Round 1 can severely hurt your chances of building market share and profitability later. Step 1. Understand your segments. There are 5 main customer segments in Capsim Capstone. 1. Traditional. 2. Low-end. 3. High-end. 4. Performance. 5. Size. Each segment has specific preferences that evolve every round. These preferences are reflected in performance score, size score, MTBF, mean time before failure. You can find these values in the Industry Conditions Report. Make sure to refer to the customer buying criteria and segment drift table for each segment. To track this efficiently, I highly recommend using an Excel template to calculate and update the ideal performance and size values for each segment across all 8 rounds. Step 2. Set the right specifications. Let's go product by product. White heavy checkmark. Product 1, Able, Traditional segment. From the industry report, the Round 1 ideal spec might be around performance, 5.7 size, 14.3 MTBF, 17,000. Your goal is to adjust Able's R&D winking and laughing spec slightly ahead of the segment's drift to maintain position. Also, set the revision date around June to September to allow time for selling the upgraded version within the same year. White heavy checkmark. Product 2, Acre, Low-end segment. Low-end customers prefer older products with performance, 3.5 size, 17 MTBF, 12,000. You don't need to update this product every round. One revision in Round 1 and another around Round 7 is enough. White heavy checkmark. Product 3, Atom, High-end segment. High-end buyers want cutting-edge specs, performance, 8.9 size, 11.1 MTBF, 23,000. Again, make sure the revision date is mid-year for maximum selling time. White heavy checkmark. Product 4, Aft, Performance segment. Performance segment wants high performance, 9.4, moderate size, 13.6, MTBF, 27,000. White heavy checkmark. Product 5, Agape, Size segment. Size-focused customers prioritize small size, 9.5, moderate performance, 4.5, MTBF, 20,000 for all products. Be sure to balance MTBF with cost. Higher MTBF increases reliability, but also increases production cost. Step 3. Add a new product, optional. In Round 1, if you want to boost future revenue, consider developing a second product for the low-end segment. This helps you dominate the market when demand increases. For example, launch a new low-end product with performance, 4.0 size, 16.0 MTBF, 14,000. Launch date, between September and December. Again, use your Excel calculator to predict the best specs and launch timing. Part 2, Marketing Decisions, Winning Customer Attention. Now, let's move on to marketing, where we set the price, promotion, and sales strategy for each product. Step 1, Pricing Strategy. You can find the price range for each segment in the Industry Conditions Report. Traditional, $20 to $30. Low-end, $15 to $25. High-end, $30 to $40. Performance, $30 to $40. Size, $25 to $35. Pro tip: set your price about 50 cents lower than the ideal center of the range to stay competitive. For example, in traditional, ideal price equals $25, set price equals $24.50. Use your Excel tracker to monitor prices and adjust them each round. Step 2. Promotion and Sales Budget. In the Advanced Marketing Interface, you will see, Promotion Budget affects awareness, Sales Budget affects accessibility. For Round 1, set, Promotion Budget, $1,500 total, e.g., $300 per product, Sales Budget, $1,200 total. You can adjust slightly based on your strategy. For example, spend more on traditional and low-end if that's your early focus. Limit spending on new products not yet released, e.g., your Round 1 R&AMP winking and laughing product for low-end. From Round 2 onward, increase budgets incrementally to build 100% awareness and accessibility, then maintain with lower spending, around $1,400 to $1,600. Step 3. Sales Forecast, Sales Focus. Now it's time to predict your sales. Use last year's industry unit sales, from the Courier report, and apply your expected market share based on your price, product specs, and marketing. You can use this formula: expected units sold equals segment demand times your expected market share %. Don't forget, new products won't sell in the same year if launched after September. Awareness and accessibility take time to build, especially for new entries. A good rule of thumb: be conservative in Round 1, underproduce slightly, then ramp up as your performance stabilizes. Bonus tips to maximize Round 1 success. Small blue diamond: align your R&D and marketing decisions. Don't overpromise in marketing, e.g., high budgets, if your product revision isn't launched yet. Always match marketing spend with product availability. Small blue diamond: monitor revision dates. Avoid setting product revision dates in December or January. Your product won't hit the shelves until the next year, wasting R&AMP winking and laughing investment. Small blue diamond: use Excel to track all key values. Track performance, size, MTBF for all segments, price per segment, drift values for each round. Having this in one file saves time and reduces decision errors. Small blue diamond: prepare for Rounds 2 to 3 early by planning ahead with your new low-end product. In Round 1, you'll dominate the largest segment. By Round 3 to 4, this is a major profit lever for your business. Summary: your Round 1 Decision Blueprint. 1. White heavy checkmark: update all existing products to match drifting customer expectations. 2. White heavy checkmark: set competitive prices, about 50 cents below the segment average. 3. White heavy checkmark: allocate moderate promotion and sales budgets, focusing on products ready for the market. 4. White heavy checkmark: forecast sales conservatively, and avoid stockouts or overproduction. 5. White heavy checkmark: consider launching a new low-end product to scale revenue from Round 3 onward. 6. White heavy checkmark: keep your revision dates between June-September to allow products to be available during the year. 7. White heavy checkmark: use Excel for tracking segment data and ensuring accuracy. This concludes your Round 1 walkthrough for Capsim Capstone 2025/2026. In the next video, I will cover decisions for production and finance, including tips for managing automation, capacity, and funding your operations without taking on excessive debt. If you found this helpful, feel free to like, subscribe, or reach out via email if you'd like professional support across all 8 rounds. Thank you and good luck leading your team to the top of the leaderboard. Introduction: hello everyone, and welcome to this Capsim Strategy Masterclass. In this video, we will walk through how to effectively make decisions in Round 1 of your Capsim business simulation. I'll guide you through how to use the available reports, how to set smart production plans, how to forecast sales accurately, and how to make confident decisions in R&AMP winking and laughing, marketing, production, HR, and finance. This round is critical because it lays the foundation for long-term success. Let's dive right in. 1. Using reports, whistle and inventory. First, always begin by reviewing your whistle report and inventory levels from the last round. This information gives you a snapshot of your sales performance and leftover inventory. It tells you what customers wanted and how well you met that demand. You can access this data from the Courier report, which is available after each round. The key sections to look at are segment analysis, production analysis, inventory carrying costs, market demand. This information will help you calculate your sales forecast accurately. For example, if you sold 1,000 units of a product last round and still had 200 units left in inventory, it means demand may have been around 800 to 900 units. But don't just rely on last round's numbers. You'll need to adjust based on this round's expected growth and competitive pressure. 2. Price and demand adjustments. From the Courier report, check the segment prices and how price-sensitive each market segment is. Remember that some segments like low-end are extremely price-sensitive, while high-end and performance segments care more about product specs and positioning. When setting your pricing strategy, stay within the segment's acceptable price range, ideally near the lower end for low-end products, and higher for high-end, as long as the perceived value is there. Now, use the Excel tool or Google Sheets to help with calculations. Here's how. Take last round's sales units. Adjust for market growth, typically 10% to 20% depending on the segment. Factor in competitive activity. Are you expecting more or fewer competitors? Add a buffer to avoid stockouts, where you miss sales because you run out of inventory. This buffer can be plus 10% to plus 20%, depending on the situation. This gives you a solid sales forecast per product. 3. Production planning. Once your sales forecast is ready, it's time to set up your production plan. Production equals sales forecast, beginning inventory plus buffer. Let's say you forecast selling 1,000 units, and you already have 200 in inventory. You only need to produce around 800 to 900 units, depending on the buffer you want to keep. Next, check your production capacity and automation levels. High automation equals lower labor costs, but lower flexibility. Low automation equals higher labor costs, but more flexible repositioning. In round 1, we typically increase automation for core products to reduce long-term costs. Limit investment in automation for high-end and performance products because they require frequent updates. Now, look at capacity. If your current capacity is not enough to meet forecasted demand, including buffer, you need to increase capacity. You can do this in the production module. For some products, like a new low-end product, you might want to add brand new capacity since it will be your best-selling item over time. We usually allow up to 150% of capacity utilization to avoid building too much fixed cost early on. Balance is key. Example adjustments for round 1. Increase automation by 0.5 to 1.5 for low-end and traditional. Add 200 to 300 units of capacity where needed. Reduce unused capacity for products with low forecasted sales. 4. Introducing a new product, optional. If you're launching a new product, say, a second low-end product, plan ahead. Use the R&AMP winking and laughing module to design it based on segment preferences. Add new capacity in production. Set automation to 5.0 to balance cost and flexibility. Prepare your marketing and sales forecast carefully. New products take time to ramp up. This investment might not bring profit immediately, but it can dominate the market from round 4 onward. 5. R&D, research and development. Use R&AMP winking and laughing to move your products toward the ideal segment coordinates. Always consult the industry conditions report, which shows the drift of each segment over time. Key tips: don't move too far from the segment center, or you'll miss your target market. Adjust performance and size to stay close to segment ideal spots. Be cautious with MTBF, too high will increase costs unnecessarily. Remember, R&AMP winking and laughing changes take 1 year to implement, so plan ahead. 6. Marketing decisions. In marketing, you'll set price. As mentioned, stay within segment range. Promotion budget. Recommend $1,500 to $2,000 per product in early rounds to build awareness. Sales budget. $2,000 to $3,000 helps gain access to more customers. Accessibility. Avoid overspending in round 1, but don't underinvest either. Marketing effects are cumulative over time. 7. HR and TQM, optional in round 1. If HR and TQM are enabled in your simulation, HR, start small. Invest in recruiting and training hours gradually. This boosts productivity. TQM, total quality management, can reduce costs over time. Start with $1,000 to $1,500 per initiative in round 1. These modules have long-term benefits but won't show results immediately. Don't overspend early if your cash is tight. 8. Finance decisions. Now let's talk about finance, one of the most critical modules in round 1. You need to fund all the investments you've just made in capacity expansion, automation, new product launches, marketing, and HR initiatives. Use the following funding sources. 1. Issue stock, a good way to raise funds early without immediate repayment. 2. Long-term debt, for funding fixed investments. Interest rates are stable. 3. Short-term debt, current debt, use only if necessary. Avoid overuse, or you may face emergency loans, which come with penalties. Keep an eye on your cash position. You don't want to run out of cash and be forced into a high-interest emergency loan. Your financial structure in round may first not show high net profits, and that's okay. This is a long-term strategy game. You are building the engine for profits in rounds 4 through 8. 9. Pro forma analysis and forecast. Before you submit your decisions, always check the pro forma income statement and cash flow statement to preview expected results. What you might see after round 1: good revenue, solid contribution margin, low or negative net profit. Again, don't panic. Investments take time. From round 2 to round 4, the payoff from these investments will start to show. 10. Final summary and encouragement. Let's summarize the key steps for a winning round 1 strategy in Capsim. 1. Analyze last round's data and market demand. 2. Use Excel to forecast sales and avoid stockouts. 3. Adjust production carefully, expand or reduce capacity based on strategy. 4. Optimize automation for long-term cost efficiency. 5. Make smart R&AMP winking and laughing moves, stay close to segment drift. 6. Price products wisely and invest in marketing. 7. Plan for financing, don't fear stock or long-term loans. 8. Avoid emergency loans. Always check your cash flow. 9. Focus on building value, profit will come later. Capsim is not just about short-term wins. It's about smart, strategic investments that build sustainable growth. So take the time to analyze, plan, and execute confidently. And remember, if round 1 is strong, the rest becomes much easier to manage. Thank you and good luck. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll see you in the next video where we discuss round 2 adjustments and competitive responses. Until then, play smart and aim for that 999 score.